The first VHS movie was a surprise found footage horror success that really creeped me out, and I thought it was really well done. When I heard the sequel was coming out, I was super excited. In fact, I was so excited it made my voice go up there, but the point is, I really want to see it. It came on Netflix, so I was like, I gotta watch that. What did I think about it? I'll discuss it. VHS 2 is the sequel to the first found footage horror movie, which, to go back to my review, I don't remember what I rated it, but I did like it. I thought it was pretty damn effective, you know? Found footage, these people break into a house, they find these tapes of horrific stuff that happens, about 5 tapes, I believe, and it's creepy as shit. Enjoy! Okay, that's a little bit more creative than Paranormal Activity. I mean, lately, 4 was garbage, and since then that franchise died off, and you got a lot of other crap. But VHS was good, and VHS 2 really excited about. And it comes from the directors of The Blair Witch Project, You're Next, Hobo with a Shotgun, and The Raid. Okay? The Blair Witch Project, that's the first really successful found footage horror film, so getting that director I really liked. You're Next, I haven't seen yet, heard good and bad things. Hobo with a Shotgun, have not seen, but The Raid and The Raid 2, Gareth Evans, he directs awesome action in those movies. I'm assuming The Raid 2 is good, I don't know. I trust him to make it good. But that's kind of the thing, it's like, ooh, those directors have made good movies and they're directing this? Awesome. So having those directors, I thought this should be pretty good, in some pretty good hands. You know, they're going to make it a little more interesting, have more higher concept, bigger directors. So let's see what happens, but you pretty much get the same story. These two people are hunting down this person, a student or something that disappeared, and they find a bunch of videotapes and a bunch of TVs. So, of course, they'll just sit down and watch the tapes and stuff, and you get, I think it was 4 tapes, 5 if you include the footage of them breaking into the house to watch the tapes. And the tapes you get are this guy gets an eye implant, so basically you get a POV out of his eye, which was really high concept. I thought it was like a whole point of view of this guy. That's pretty awesome. A ride in the park, which, to not give away too much, a guy's riding his bike and a zombie attacks him and eats him, and he's got a GoPro camera on his helmet. I don't know what the fuck that was. And he's got one on his bike so that you get to see him get eaten by a zombie. And then you get to see basically from the point of view of a zombie and what he's doing. That was my favorite, I'd say. That one, I thought that concept was hilarious, and I had a lot of fun with that one. You get one called Safe Haven from the director of The Raid, Gareth Evans. And that's, these people go to a religious cult and they're kind of filming a documentary or something. And then shit goes nuts. And I'll talk about that one. I'm actually going to do a little bit of spoiler discussion on that. I'll broadly sum it up, but at the end of this video I want to get into spoilers a little bit about it. I got stuff to talk about that one. And then you get The Slumber Party Alien Abduction. Does that title sound like it gives it away? Well, stuff goes on. There's a slumber party. There's, like, what were they, 13, 14-year-olds and then 18-year-olds. And aliens show up, and they brought the Inception horn with them, so that every time they show up it goes, whoa! That's pretty much what happens. So, the only real question, did this movie creep me out / scare me? Somewhat. I'd say half the time. You know, the first tape with the eye thing, that one really had me intrigued. This guy seeing, like, demons and ghosts and stuff. So I was like, ooh, this is pretty neat. This whole movie is more high concept than the first, and I thought that was really cool that, like, they're going to do real cool new things with a camera that hasn't really been done in a horror movie found footage type thing before. So I respected it, and this one kind of had one of the biggest laughs of the movie. I'll do spoiler alert for, like, when you see this here, right now, when that goes away, you can come back. If you haven't seen the movie, take out your headphones or whatever, mute this, don't watch it. Alright, now. So basically when that girl shows up and she knows, like, I know what's going on. Listen, you see these demons and stuff, you can get them to go away. You just got to do such and such. It's like I see this one guy, oh God, that's my uncle. Don't worry, I know how to get rid of them. And then they just have sex. It's like, to get rid of demons, you have sex in front of them and then they leave. Like, I thought that was hysterical and it was almost so dumb. I was like, okay. Like, oh man. And I believe the actor, he was just like, okay. Like, that's so dumb that it makes me laugh. And Adam Wingard, the guy who plays the guy with the surgical eye surgery, he also directed that segment, and I thought he was pretty good. He also directed You're Next, so I'll check that out, see what's up with that. A ride through the park, like I said, a zombie point of view. That one was hilarious. I thought it was awesome. You know, it moves a little slow because, you know, he's got to turn to a zombie and he's going to move a lot slower, and you get the constant Was that creepy for anyone else? That was scary, okay? That might have just been mildly annoying, though. But that's pretty much what you hear the whole time. And that, actually, how that one concluded was my favorite conclusion to any of the tapes in the VHS movies. That one just made me go like, oh, that could have been a whole movie, and that might have been profound. Like, if that was a whole movie, people might have really respected that. And Safe Haven, I'll talk about last. The Alien one, okay, these kids, these kind of annoying little kids, yeah, they're filming stuff, they're bothering, well, one of them's bothering his bigger sister and the boyfriend, and the parents leave, so it's them, like, everyone's having sex or masturbating. Like, the freaking kid's masturbating, like, 3 feet from his friends. That was weird. They're sleeping, he's just sitting there. That, okay, I need a... Yeah, this is getting weird. Yeah, and then they're spying on his sister having sex and filming it. Okay, and then the aliens show up, and like I said, like when they show up, it's like, okay, they look almost like the demons from, what was it called? The Descent? It look like if you mix the monsters from Descent with just like what you think of as a classic alien type look, morph them together, that's what you get. And they were creepy enough when they're showing up, you know. Most of this was filmed either by the kids or like they attach it to a dog, which I thought was pretty funny. I liked it for the most part. You know, it's a little weird how I said like the aliens, they'll show up, and I guess it was the UFO with them because suddenly there's light everywhere and you hear the Inception type, just a droning thing going on. I was like, well, they brought the Inception composer with them. Hans Zimmer is an alien. And then as far as the people just watching the tapes, that was just kind of, it almost felt stupid where it's like, yeah, you just keep sitting there and watching. Don't ditch, don't leave, don't get the fuck out of there. Just keep watching. Just sit there like you've seen the most horrifying thing ever, take it out like, and put the next one in. I mean, they didn't look like they cared. Although there might be a thing about if you watch the tape, suddenly you're screwed. Like, your mind's been controlled. You're just going to keep watching them until, like, you die or something. Like, it has some kind of supernatural effect on you. I'm pretty sure, because I think that also happened in the first. I'd have to watch that one again. And also that one, I guess, of the people watching the tapes, that also ended pretty funny, too. And Safe Haven. Alright, I'll describe it real quick, and then I'll do spoiler alert again. But yeah, they go to this religion cult, and shit gets scary and creepy. Gareth Evans from The Raid directed it, so I'm pretty sure this took place in Indonesia, this tape. That would make sense. The Raid takes place in Indonesia. And so, yeah, they go there. It's a creepy cult. And things kind of building up like, oh, this is creepy just as like, oh, a cult. Like the Wicker Man almost. Like, that is creepy when you think about it. And then it kind of takes a weird turn at the last tiny bit of the tape. And that's when I was just like, what the fuck? And I started laughing out loud like, what did they do? I was face-palming so hard, like, they screwed this whole thing up. I hated it. Although I think that was kind of the point. They were just trying to be funny and dumb, I'm pretty sure. I'll talk about it right now, okay? Spoiler alert! So you got the religious cult, and they're, like, doing the whole thing where it's like, oh god, they're about to do mass suicides. Like, he's instructing all the kids, drink the Kool-Aid. And they do, so all the kids die. And then there's guys running around where he drops in the dialogue, like, the ones that won't go, you will help me take them down or whatever. So the people that didn't commit suicide, they get a couple guys to hunt them down, shoot them, and then they shoot themselves. So everyone's killing themselves or each other, and so the film crews kind of get involved with this. And when that guy jumps across the table like, don't interrupt me, and then he slits that guy's throat. I have a thing with throat slittings in movies, and that one got me. Like, I can't take it. I don't care what movie it is. And if you give me a good throat slit, I just sit there like, ugh. And that's what I did, because you see like the skin getting pulled up, and it's getting separated, and I was just like, ah. Even talk about now, it's creeping me out. But then he moves on, and there's like just mass suicides, and that woman's pregnant, and the cult's kind of dragging him to the basement. That guy finds the other bodies. A couple of the main characters are getting shot. It's all fucked up. And then the dumb left turn made me shit my pants in confusion and anger. The pregnant woman, all this mass suicides or something, I guess that's what it does, causes her to give birth instead of a baby to a giant goat minotaur monster. What? It was a minotaur or a goat monster, and I'm not going to talk about, yeah, this giant 8-foot tall thing crawled out of her. No, okay, it's supernatural, so obviously it's going to do a little magic, like maybe it was a baby, but the second it leaves the body, it starts transforming and gets bigger once it gets into oxygen or something. I don't care, it's supernatural. I'm not going to bitch about the logistics that something 8 feet tall comes out of a 2-foot area. But it's just the fact that they did that was so dumb, and it's running around just smashing people. I was like, what the fuck? This was just mass suicides. And also right before that, the cult leader walks up and he's drenched in blood from all the mass murders and him gunning people and stuff. And that was creepy. But then suddenly, poof, he explodes into blood. And I was like, that was the first thing that kind of got me like, that's horrifying. There's no explanation. That's creeping me out. But the goat thing brought it to a point where I was just like, you're fucking it up. And the final guy's escaping, and then he gets, boom, run over by the Minotaur, and then the thing is like, Papa? And I was just like, oh god. And the guy also had fucking boogers, snot coming out of his mouth so far. I'm trying to figure out if the Blair Witch Project director helped direct that, because that felt like an homage to the Blair Witch Project. And there was 2 directors, the second guy was not the director of Blair Witch Project, but I feel like, hey, we're working with the guy that made Blair Witch Project, so let's pay a little homage right here. Yeah, though, that was gross. And just to sum it up, the thing about horror movies sometimes is they want to do things where if you don't explain it, that makes it more scary. And I'll admit, if something's not explained, sometimes it is more scary. But sometimes if you don't explain it, then it just feels like, well, you made up a bunch of stupid shit for no reason, and you didn't want to explain it. So it depends on how you feel about it. If it works, then it is creepy. If it doesn't work, you get pissed off. So, not explaining things that happen, 50-50 chance this time it did not work at the end. So, VHS 2, is it good? Like I said, it's kind of like half good, because the alien abduction, that one was fine, but honestly, it just felt like going through the motions. Like, this would have been something that if it was the first VHS movie, I probably would have liked it more, because it would have been new, but at this point, they're doing crazy new things, and this alien thing's just kind of mediocre-ish. Not to, like it was creepy, but it felt a little mediocre. But like the POV one with the eye surgery, that one was really cool. Safe haven, pretty much good enough up till the last end part. And the zombie one is the standout for me. So yeah, VHS 2, I'd give it a B. It's a fine little horror movie if you watch it. Hopefully you're entertained by it. You might think it's really dumb, and I don't blame you. But I think what they're trying to do is make a movie that'll creep you out or scare you, and then be able to have kind of dumb fun at the same time. So if you're into that, check it out. If you like this review, like or subscribe, comment below, tell me what's your favorite tape. Mine, like I said, would be A Ride in the Park. What's yours? A lot of people love that Safe Haven tape. I don't know. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.